Welcome to the official Universal Disney Nuts podcast. If you're passionate about Central Florida theme parks like we are, then you've come to the right place. Now on to the show. Here's your host, Bill Balcerski.
Universal Disney Nuts, I am Bill, your host. Welcome back to the show, everybody. UDN live from the TIKI bar until they cancel us for it. We are back. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Beautiful day. It's not that hot. It's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very nice. No wonder why the parks are slammed right now.
Yeah.
Did you see that line at Universal this morning?
I did. Crazy.
Mr. Dave Indy could not be with us, but that's all right. Because it's just the two of us, baby.
Wow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Indy is not going to be here with us this week. He is working his butt off. I think he put in for like 90 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a good song here, man. Taking us back. Mr. Washington in the house.
Washington.
Really? Really? Sigh.
Hey, either wash, you know.
This is your fault, Dave Indy. This is all your fault. Kona joins the podcast.
Yeah.
He's sitting in for Dave Indy. I don't think he's going to be covering Universal for this one, but
No, I don't think we understand him very well.
he's just like, what is missing from this picture, ladies and gentlemen? But let's get into it. Big news this week.
What? No introduction? What? Am I chopped liver?
Everybody knows who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely wife, Tanya.
Thank you. Hi. Right on that, huh?
Mm-hmm. So we're going to get into it.
Sigh.
The big news this week, Disney is starting to relax their physical distancing requirements as more and more people in Central Florida are getting vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
They've changed their signs from 6 feet mandated social distancing to please maintain physical distancing. Interesting. They are starting to phase out temperature screenings, as Universal is as well. And we have some breaking news about Universal with CDC guidelines. We'll get there.
Yeah, Universal has already ended their temperature checks. And as of Sunday, the 16th, Disney is doing away with theirs.
And then the CDC is recommending that all vaccinated people don't have to wear masks outdoors, but you still have to wear masks indoors. However, that does not apply to Disney.
Uncrowded indoors.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, don't get too excited because these parks are private property and they get to dictate when and where they do what they do. So masks are required at this time, even if you're vaccinated.
Yes, nothing has changed on that front.
Yep. Also, big in Disney news, and I'm sure you're going to cover this, but Disney has announced they're raising their capacity.
Yes.
Right? And I think Universal's probably going to follow.
I would think so.
Absolutely.
Though most of the parks have been pretty crowded regardless. So
That's very true. Have you seen these pictures of the Disney Wish, the new cruise ship?
Yes.
My God.
We posted the ones just today, actually, about what is it, in the
Smokestack.
The smokestack? Yeah.
Well,
that thing is going to be amazing. It's 2 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, like spiral staircase.
Yeah, but that can't be a real smokestack. Otherwise, you're going to kill people. You know, between the carbon dioxide and the heat coming off those stacks, there's no way those stacks are real.
I wouldn't think so.
But what's interesting about the Disney Wish is that we had talked about it last podcast, and what did I tell you? That's going to be expensive, right?
Well, for the inaugural cruise, yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
once you get past the inaugural cruise, then it's not so bad.
The prices have come out for the inaugural cruise for the Disney Wish. Let me tell you, break out your checkbook, ladies and gentlemen, because the prices came out for the original 5-night Bohemian cruise from Port Canaveral on the Disney Wish is $5,500. $100 a person.
Yeah, it's to be expected. It's the inaugural
$55.50 a person.
People that will pay it.
That would mean that we would be paying close to $12,000 with taxes and everything else, port fees and everything else. You're talking $12,000 before you even step on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can say shut up and take my money on this one. But what's interesting,
well, once you get past the inaugural cruise, then
right.
Yeah.
So the bookings for Disney Cruise Line, the newest ship, Disney Wish, will be available to guests on May 27th, 2020. Guests will start planning today, though, as prices for the Disney Wish are now available. And let's talk about those prices. So we talked about the one guest inside stateroom is $55.50. An ocean view will be $57.50. And while a veranda will be $6,100. We're talking $13,000 for a couple. Mm-hmm. That's only for the first inaugural cruise, right?
Yes.
Till they hit an iceberg and sink like the Titanic.
Oh, stop it.
So,
where are they going to hit an iceberg in the Caribbean?
You never know. Sailings after the maiden voyage come down a little bit more reasonable, but we all know that Disney Cruise Lines are the most expensive cruise lines out there. You could probably take a cruise on another cruise line for two for the price of one person that you would have on Disney Cruise Line. But the next sailing...
Yeah, but they're continuously rated number one cruise line across the country,
So the next sailing after the inaugural is going to be a little bit more expensive than the Dream or the Fantasy. A 3-night Bohemian cruise starts at $1,658, while a 4-night starts at $1,867. And then during the peak of the summer, which is June and July, a 3-night cruise will start at $2,858, and a 4-night starts at $3,891. Prices vary depending on time of the year, type of stateroom, and number of guests. That's super, super expensive. We could go on a cruise for a 3-night cruise on this ship. We can go jump on Carnival, or we could jump on somebody else and have a 7-night. Like, that's insane. Bookings will continue to open at different levels of Castaway Club, which is a new thing that they're kind of doing out there. After each day to the general public on the booking of May 27th. Full booking details can be found on the Disney Cruise Line website. Mm-hmm. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You want to be part of it, you better bring your checkbook because it's going to cost you. That's insane.
Yeah,
Seriously.
but how cool would it be to be, like, just think of all of the extra perks and stuff that you'll get for being on the inaugural cruise.
Yeah, that's what everybody on the Titanic said, too. How cool is this? We're on the inaugural cruise. You see how that ended, right?
Okay, I think cruise ships have come a long way since the Titanic.
Just saying. Just saying.
And there's no icebergs in the Caribbean.
But if we wanted a veranda room, it would cost us $61.50 a person. Okay? That doesn't include taxes, port fees, and everything else. And that doesn't include the bar tab, which could be up in that range. So,
yes.
yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to experience the Disney Wish, you're going to have to bring it. So, speaking about bringing it, Voodoo Donuts at Universal City Walk has brought it again. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They've announced a new donut at Voodoo. Still can't touch Everglades. But it's the Churro Stand Donut. And this thing looks amazing. Have you seen the pictures yet?
I did. It just looks like a round donut.
You bite your tongue, young lady.
Sorry, I'm not really a churro fan.
This donut is available.
It's
available May 15th through August 9th. But only Universal Orlando annual passes got a chance to try it today. It is a round, fluffy fried shell with dulce de leche filling. Am I saying that right? Dulce de leche?
Caramel.
Okay. You make fun of me saying everything else, so I'm just, it's $3.75. The outside of it is covered in cinnamon and sugar, just like a churro. Mm-hmm. Shut up and get in my mouth. And then on the inside, it's like a caramel consistency. It's like a creamy caramel kind of thing. Looks amazing.
Interesting.
It's getting very high reviews.
I'm surprised we weren't at Voodoo Donut today to get it.
Well, don't push me, woman. I've seen me do it.
There's still time left in the day.
Still time left in the day. Sun's still up. Now,
Sure is.
So I have a feeling that might be tomorrow's run. So Velocicoasters back in the news. They are conducting their soft opening to rave reviews.
Yeah,
Welcome.
there's been all kinds of people on it.
To Jurassic Park.
That's one's for you, Dave. There it is. The merch on the coaster is flying off the shelves as well. I've heard nothing but amazing things. People are talking about it. Mm-hmm. We've had a couple of friends of ours ride it. They said it is absolutely mind-blowing, and it throws you around, and it's heart-pumping, and dogs and cats living together. You got hungry reptiles chasing you.
Velociraptors, you mean?
Yeah, well, But as we learned from Jurassic Park, they're frog DNA, just so you know.
Okay.
So, but merch is doing very, very well. They're flying off the shelves, so it appears it's going to be a raving success. As we knew that the Velocicoaster was going to be one of the most
anticipated,
popular, and one of the best roller coasters in Central Florida, and it has not disappointed yet. In other news, Universal, we're going to stay with them. Mm-hmm. Epic Universe resumes its construction.
Ah, okay.
Much to other people's despair, but they are working on Kirkman, and they've got the road cleared out, the woods cleared out.
Okay.
To bring Kirkman all the way down. If you come down, folks, if you're familiar with the Kirkman Road, you go past Universal, you stay straight all the way down. It actually ends at the corporation Lockheed Martin. Well, they're going to try to extend that Kirkman Road all the way through Lockheed Martin property and then down to connect to Universal Boulevard, and that's where the park's going to be. So should be interesting to see how that's going to go.
How can they go through Lockheed Martin's property?
Well, they're doing it.
Interesting.
Yep.
I'm surprised Lockheed would even allow that.
They're not happy about it.
Oh, I'm sure they're not. I mean,
so
I would think it's their property and they would have a say as to what goes on their property.
Sure, they did right up to the point where they sold the land. So we're excited about Epic Universe. Look for that 2025. Ish, because of coronavirus.
Who knows at this point.
And more positive news for Universal Orlando, because we're going to kind of stick with that. I'm kind of filling in for Mr. Indy. Although Kona is here, I don't think he's going to be able to talk Universal news.
No.
Positive news, very positive news. We've been waiting for this for quite a long time. Universal Orlando has recently hired 2,000 new team members back in the parks. Really, really exciting news. They are now hiring for seasonal, part-time, and full-time positions. And if you're interested in working for these parks, ladies and gentlemen, Disney's hiring too. It's time. If you are looking to get a job at Disney or Universal, now's your chance.
SeaWorld is hiring as well.
Yep. Universal Orlando team members receive pre-park admission, complimentary guest passes, and discounts at all the other parks. And I believe Disney is right there too, right?
Yes.
So things are getting back to normal here relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Tip your waitress.
That was not good. I'm surprised you didn't have a little soundboard.
I probably should put that on there, but now it's all I got.
You're slacking, dude.
So I received a text from Mr. Indy.
Oh, okay.
He is with us in spirit.
Yes.
And he said that Universal is now considering dropping the mask mandate for outdoors. So that means if you're walking around the park, you don't have to wear a mask.
Nice.
But you do have to have a mask to go inside
yes.
and then also to eat and
Mm-hmm.
everything else. And if you're in close proximity of people,
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to put it back on.
Yes.
So you're going to have it with you.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I understand from inside information, thank you, Mr. Indy, it looks like Universal is going to slowly start to get to the point where you're not going to have to wear masks walking around the parks,
That would be nice.
which is amazing.
Yes, especially as the summer coming.
Yeah, Disney, take note.
Well, I'll be getting into a few things that Disney has been saying over the last day or two. So,
And that really leads us into a wonderful segue.
mm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tanya with your Disney news.
Hi.
A lot of applause today.
I know. Is it because my birthday's tomorrow? Is that why? I'm
Yes,
getting all the
ladies and
applause?
gentlemen, please wish Tanya a happy birthday on Facebook. So she is a young 23. So
Again.
I like them young. I don't know what to tell you. So, but please take some time
I
to
don't
wish
even
Tanya.
have words for that.
There you go. See that? Not Epstein young. Okay, we don't go there. We don't go
Did you
there.
really need to go there?
I'm just saying, we don't go there.
No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to take some time out tomorrow and wish Miss Tanya a very happy birthday.
Thank you.
Harass her, make fun of how old she is. Feel free to do that.
Great, thanks.
we welcome that greatly. And happy birthday, my love.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Tanya got a very early birthday present.
I know. My husband knows me so well.
Yeah. Well, 8 years of bliss. So
You want to say that a little bit more sarcastically?
just saying, I had a chance.
Exciting and new.
Oh God, please make it stop. Make it stop. I had a chance to pick up a new Disney bag for you.
Yeah, a new Loungefly bag and
Yeah.
ears.
And it's that tropical theme, right?
Yeah, from the summer collection.
From the summer collection.
Yes, it's amazing.
I knew that if I didn't order that right away, it was going to be long gone. Then we just found out that they have them in the parks now.
Yes, they just started selling them in
Awkward.
the parks.
But you know, when that kind of stuff comes out, it usually goes extremely quickly.
It does.
And the chances of you getting that stuff are slim to none.
Yeah.
So when I saw it and I saw it available, I had to get it for you. So
And
Early-
thank you.
you're quite welcome. Early birthday gift from Miss Tanya. Happy birthday from UDN. We appreciate everything you do for us.
Thanks.
The floor is yours, birthday girl.
All right. So Disney announced After Hours Boo Bash will be held on select nights from August 10th through October 31st. This event is being held instead of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and will feature exclusive merchandise, food and beverage, entertainment, and more. The hours will be from 9 p.m. until midnight. Some nights will also be 9:30 until 12:30. Admission granted to the Magic Kingdom as early as 7 p.m. without the need for a day park ticket or a reservation for the park. Highlights of the evening will be Halloween-themed cavalcades, candy stops, character sightings throughout the park, special performances by the Cadaver Dans, special decor, lighting, and music. And obviously there will be tons of themed food and beverages for you to purchase.
Which is going to be awesome because we really didn't get a chance to enjoy that last year because of Corona.
No, both, yeah.
So hopefully everything comes back here soon. I think this year is going to be tough. We'll slowly start to get to where we need to be, but I think 2022 is going to be sweet.
Yeah, well, I think there's a couple of reasons why they're going with the after hours instead of the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and I'll get to that in a second. But guests are allowed to wear costumes, but just remember that costume masks can only be worn by children 14 years and under. And while many fans will be disappointed that Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party won't be happening this year, at least we have something to look forward to. I know I am.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. At least we got something.
We do. And
We'll take that.
I think there's a couple of reasons why Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party was not happening this year. And one is Mickey's Not So Scary always included, obviously, the big parade, fireworks, stage shows, all of which aren't really going on at the Magic Kingdom as of yet. So for them to try and anticipate doing that for Mickey's Not So Scary, with everything so up in the air right now, and obviously that takes quite a while to plan.
Right.
They already had something in place for after hours, because this kind of reminds me of the Villains After Hours party. So they already had something, in place to
Right.
be able to do something
They
like
took
this.
the carcass of both of them and kind of blended them together.
Yeah. And then also with October 1st being the 50th anniversary party, and crowds are going to be increased at the Magic Kingdom. So if you have nights that you're closed because of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, that's a big influx of people trying to get out of there by, 4 or 5 o'clock.
Right.
So the party can happen.
Right.
So I think this will, a couple of the reasons why they're going with an after hours Boo Bash rather than Mickey's Not So Scary. And I'm thinking that probably next year we'll see Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party return.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Disney start ramping up here very, very soon, because of the fact that, we're at mid-May now.
Yeah.
And mid-May, you're talking June, July, August, September, October, 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the 50th anniversary.
Yep.
So they got to get going here.
Yeah.
And I think the timing is going to be good. I think they're going to make a push. I think they're going to get after it.
Mm-hmm.
So very cool.
Yeah. Also, the college program is returning in June of 2021, so next month.
Yes. Yes. I wonder what the new name is going to be. Because it's not Vista Lay anymore. So what we have to come up with a new Dave Indy, call me. We need to come up with a new name. It's Flamingo, but I don't know, Flamingo Bingo. I'm not sure how that's going to go.
You guys work on that. I'll step out of this one.
It'll always be Vista Lay to us.
Yes, I'm sure it will. This currently does not include the Disney International Program, Disney Culinary Program, and those at Disneyland Resort. But Disney stated we will have more to share on those programs later. In the meantime, they are inviting students whose program ended early to reapply. They have also temporarily modified some of eligibility requirements so that even students that have already graduated can apply.
So they can come back.
They can, yes.
Wow, very cool.
This is great news, as it will allow dining establishments, hotels, and more to hopefully reopen sooner than expected, especially after Disney CEO Bob Chapek made some comments during yesterday's second quarter earnings call. As you may already know, Walt Disney World has already started to raise capacity at its parks based on guidance from the CDC and Florida ending all emergency orders. So you can probably look forward to, here in the next month or so, probably increasing to at least 50%.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. 50% or maybe even more by the time we start. We start firing up. But by 2021 or 2022 rather, I would think that we would be 80%, close to 80%, right?
I would think we'd be pretty much back to normal.
Back to normal.
Yeah. And as Bill said earlier, the 6 feet distance measures are being relaxed, except in dining locations, merchandise stores, and in areas guests can temporarily remove their masks. Chapek also made the statement that the CDC's newly released guidance adding face mask recommendations outdoors and in uncrowded indoor settings is very big news for Walt Disney World, particularly if anybody's been in Florida in the middle of summer with a mask on. That could be quite daunting.
Yeah.
I know.
That
it's
sucks.
It's like 100 degrees, humid, hot.
Right.
Chip expects that this will make an even more pleasant experience and that it's going to be an even bigger catalyst for growth in attendance. Disney is very, very excited about that. It is certainly interesting due to him stating last quarter that on some level physical distancing and mask wearing would be in place for the rest of 2021. So with some of his comments, it sounds like masks will, like Universal, be going away sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's always going to be a factor, especially for the rest of this year, I believe. Like I said, 2022 could be a totally different situation. But if you're coming down to Central Florida to go to these theme parks, make sure you're bringing your masks. Make sure you have them, because even with this new news coming out of Universal saying you don't need to wear them walking around the park.
Yeah, nothing has been officially announced as of yet. So.
And you don't want to get caught and kicked out of the park, because they take this kind of stuff very seriously.
Yeah.
So,
but we are getting closer to no masks in the parks.
Yes,
so.
ma'am.
Yay!
That is correct.
So hang in there, everyone. We're getting there. We're getting there.
We might be getting some freedom back here a little bit. So,
and though it has been soft opening most of the week, on May 15th, the Lion King show is back in a modified form. Wow.
I don't know where that came from.
That was
Santa Sana Squash Banana. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just channeled your inner Lion King.
Go ahead.
It is being called a celebration of Festival of the Lion King. And that means physical distancing and the temporary removal of the tumble monkeys and aerial performances for the time being. So, but as we get back to, more normalcy, those performances will all be coming back.
Those damn monkeys, I want to trip them.
That's so mean.
Just saying.
And current show times are at 12:30, 1:30, and 2:30.
We're starting to get shows back, ladies and gentlemen. That is awesome.
Yay.
Yes, indeed.
We're getting there. And over at Epcot, Harmonious, the barges have been testing.
Yeah, we saw that.
Some like fireworks and stuff like that going on. Water cascading out of it. So.
And Disney has announced they're bringing fireworks back as well. So we should be getting shows back here very soon.
Yeah, I would probably, my guess is that is all going to come back October 1st.
Yeah, with the 50th.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
maybe have a few, soft openings prior to that, but the big,
Yep.
The big showings are all going to start October 1st. I have a feeling.
We have some friends coming down into town, Rich and Barb and the family, and we're looking forward to having them. That's super excited. And Rich has been dying to get on Velocicoaster because they officially open the day after he leaves, but they've got with the introduction of single rider lines that Universal just announced. Mm-hmm. So you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, and they did have it for pass holders to sign up, but people that have been in the parks have been able to get on the ride.
Right. I think, honestly, by the time he gets to Islands of Adventure, he'll be able to at least do the single rider line.
I'm thinking.
Yep.
I'm hoping.
Yep. Speaking about thinking and hoping.
Uh-oh.
We are thinking and hoping about Dave Indy. He obviously couldn't be here.
Yourself.
Wow. Okay. That's fair. Well, I can speak for Kona.
Yeah, because he's currently sitting in Dave Indy's seat.
Dave Indy has been a busy boy lately. He put in 90 hours this week.
Oh, poor guy.
Jeez.
We're hoping to have him back on the show very soon.
Yeah, truth be told, it stinks not having him here, but I got to be honest with you, life comes first, right? So Dave Indy will come back when he comes back, and we will welcome him back with open arms. So we're going to pause on our Ask Indy until then. So this leads to my random topic.
Oh, boy. Hold on to your hats, folks.
Woman, you better hang on to something.
He is on his soapbox again.
My God, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt. I'm going to hurt some people's feelings. So if you're sensitive,
oh boy,
I am going to give you the warning now. If you are sensitive, you may want to either turn down the podcast and still listen to it, or completely turn it off, because Daddy's not happy with this one. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're hitting too close to home now. This damn cancel culture, or should I say cancer culture, strikes yet again. And now you're in my wheelhouse, woman. You better brace yourself. This is your random topic.
Random topic.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Now, I am going to present the problem, and then I'm going to educate you on said perception of the problem, and then I'm going to rant like a Karen, and then we're going to leave. That's kind of how this is all going to go, okay? So stay with me.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we broadcast live from a tiki bar. Mm-hmm. So the tiki world is kind of like my Zen place.
Your wheelhouse.
My wheelhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's important to understand that American tiki culture is different than Polynesian tiki culture.
Yes.
We're going to get in that because of what happened at the Polynesian 2 days ago. Kitty Francis, you remember her? She's a columnist for the WDW Today website.
No.
She does good work, typically. But she covered a story about Trader Sam's. Mm-hmm. Now, if you don't know what Trader Sam's is, it's a legendary tiki bar.
Mm-hmm. That started out in Disneyland.
That's right. And it is in the Polynesian Resort at Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
And if you blink, you'll miss it. It's one door.
Yes.
Not very advertised.
No.
But when you go in it, it's like tiki heaven.
It is. It's amazing in there.
Really, honestly, it's amazing.
And it's been closed since COVID.
Since COVID, because it's a very small place. It's very tight, so I can understand that. Okay? But if you are a tiki guy like me, it's amazing.
And there's
right?
mugs that you can purchase that they have the drinks in them and everything else.
So the latest development is the ongoing cultural sensitivity changes at Walt Disney World, and Trader Sam's is the next victim in this whole entire let's be proper about stuff. Now, folks, I'm not going to be politically correct on this one. So if you disagree with me, that's fine, but I'm going to give you my opinion about it. I think it's absolute you-know-what. So what the problem is, there's 2 shirts that feature Sam's Grotto.
Yeah, I gave you one for Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely, right? So the 2 shirts featuring Trader Sam's Grotto logo is very popular, and it represents the tiki bar. It's the main, emblem, if you will. It was pulled from the shelves 2 days ago at Tiki.
Why?
Because the Trader Sam's Grotto logo included imagery of a tiki mask and 2 paddles with tribal faces. Tiki masks are often used to invoke Polynesian themes and were traditionally used as religious artifacts in some Polynesian culture. They are using cultural appropriation to cancel the Grog's Grotto.
Yeah, I don't see Disney allowing that to happen, especially with the popularity of it out in Disneyland and also the popularity of it.
Let me tell you, this is a very slippery slope. This is not something that we need, a road that we need to go down. They've taken the logo shirts and they've done away with them because they're saying that the image that's on them, and if you look at the image, you'll see it's a mask with tribal paint or what could be perceived as tribal paint. And then in the background, there's 2 very faint paddles, right?
Okay, but I don't understand how that's offensive.
Because that's tribal. You're insulting the Polynesian culture. And when one culture overpowers another weaker culture, that is typically known as cultural appropriation. And it's wrong and it's racist and it needs to go away. That's what, according to these people, are.
Oh, people need to get a freaking life.
So you could see the tiki masks that are in there, right? You remember that. These theatrical elements and within Adventureland as well.
Yes.
When a cast member was asked why they're removing the shirts, they were like, we were ordered to take them down and destroy them. Now, are they avoiding a lawsuit or is this cancer culture? Not 100% sure. Let me throw this at you.
There's nothing offensive about that. I don't.
Apparently, because it's tribal, you're insulting the Polynesian culture. And they must do away with it because it's cultural appropriation. Now, here's one thing. The reason why I say this could possibly be a lawsuit, because there's a rumor out there that the logo itself could be a copyright infringement on some designs from Oceanic Arts. Now, if you don't know what Oceanic Arts is, you need to go to their website because they're absolutely amazing. If you're into tiki, it is phenomenal, right? They designed most of the designs at the Polynesian Hotel.
Okay.
They were contracted by Disney to create authentic looking, not real, but authentic looking Polynesian style type characters for the Polynesian resort.
Yeah, because we have mugs and we've got all kinds of stuff.
Right, exactly. So people think that this might be a copyright infringement, but Oceanic Arts was contracted by Disney to do that. So I can't understand why it's a copyright infringement. Like, all that is worked out, right? The cast members were just told, take it down. It's getting destroyed. It's going away. That's the problem, all right? Because it's considered cultural appropriation.
Well, I hate to say this, but those shirts have been out for
decades.
At least, well, I bought you one in December for Christmas.
Right.
So those particular shirts have been around for at least 6 months or longer.
And when you look at it, I posted a picture on UDN. Feel free to go there on the Facebook page and take a look at it yourself. It looks like a tribal design, but ladies and gentlemen, this is a cartoon. Like, this isn't authentic tiki. If it was authentic tiki and it represented a Polynesian god, I can understand why they would say it was cultural appropriation. But this is a fake character with the same color combinations in different ways to make it look like less intimidating for the kids. So how does it become cultural appropriation? My left eye is twitching right now. Don't attack my tiki stuff. Seriously. So it's time for some education. Ding, ding, right? Here we go.
Oh, boy.
I want to make sure that everybody understands what exactly tiki is in America, okay, and where it came from and what's going on with it. Let's do some education.
Okay.
All right.
Let's.
School's in session. All right. So tiki itself, the official term, tiki, is a Polynesian term meaning a wood or stone image of a Polynesian supernatural power. Now, we went to Hawaii.
Yes.
We know what those images look like.
Yes.
Now, take a look around this tiki bar.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything that resembles what you saw in Hawaii?
Mm-mm.
No, right? Remember that. We're going to come back to that. The first tiki bar was called Don the Beachcomber, and it opened in 1934 in Los Angeles. Guess what? It's still rolling today.
Yes.
And I would love to go there. I'm not crazy about LA, but I would love to get my face in there because it's the original, the very first tiki bar ever in the United States.
Awesome.
And it's still in operation.
We can make that happen.
This was a brainchild of New Orleans native Ernest Raymond Beaumont Gant, who traveled the world and experienced the Caribbean and South Pacific before landing in LA and changing his name to Don Beach and setting up the namesake restaurant and cocktail lounge. The menu was loosely inspired by tropical flavors he encountered during his travels, right? But the tiki trend didn't take off until World War II. Now, many people don't understand this about the tiki culture. There is the perception, and then there's reality. There is American tiki culture, and then there's Polynesian tiki culture.
Mm-hmm.
And the two are very, 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 very different.
Yes.
This is how the tiki culture came to America, and you'll now understand why I have signs out there. The tiki trend really didn't take off till after World War II, when a young man deployed to the Pacific Theater for war, right, Midway, was first exposed to the South Pacific, to Tonga, Fiji, and Hawaii. They developed over time a taste for the tropical and passed it on to the rest of the nation. So as these people were serving them in the South Pacific, Tonga, even Bora Bora. If you were to go to Bora Bora right now, it is the single most amazing place on this planet. There is nothing that could touch Bora Bora as far as beauty. And there are 7 7-inch guns on that island that the U.S. military put there to defend these people.
Mm-hmm.
Those guns and those platforms are still there today.
Yes.
And the U.S. military is worshipped on Bora Bora because they set them free from Japanese. So he develops a taste for the tropical, and he recreates it as an American version of what he experienced throughout the islands. So he takes all these influences and comes back to America and it puts in a 50s, 60s style thing. Okay. Here come your pinup girls.
Mm-hmm.
Seen those before?
Yeah.
Here comes the military influence.
Mm-hmm.
All those natural cultures from the Tiki, and they create an American Tiki culture. Okay. And what American Tiki culture is all about is recreating the whole ethos of escapism. You want to know the reason why I built this Tiki bar? It's obvious. One of the reasons why you're seeing Tiki bars pop up all over America is because all of us get super stressed out looking at our phones and working jobs that we don't like. And the Tiki bar gives us a reason to step out of that daily life. There's island music, there's big fruity rum drinks, there's thatch, there's bamboo everywhere, and you're just kind of let it go for a bit, right?
And it incorporates a bunch of different areas because it incorporates, the Disneyland, the Enchanted Tiki Room,
Right.
and Gilligan's Island, and it goes on with all the influences.
But you don't see authentic Polynesian stuff in those places. You go into the Tiki room, you're going to see stuff that looks Tiki, but is not authentic Polynesian stuff. Why?
No.
Because that would be cultural appropriation.
Right.
But when he came back in the 40s and 50s and they introduced the military to it and it became an American thing, it became its own culture.
Mm-hmm.
So the influence...
Hence Trader Vic's.
Hence Trader Vic's.
Yep.
Hence Mai Tais.
Mm-hmm.
All this other stuff, right? So in today's world of super sensitivity, it's easy to say buzzwords like cancer culture and cultural appropriation, but American Tiki culture... See, I'm so fired up I can't talk right now. But the American Tiki culture has morphed into its own thing and has everything to do with a state of mind rather than depicting a culture.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I will take it a step further. Many of today's cultures were influenced by other cultures in the past. Would you agree?
Yes.
When the Romans sacked Greece, all of the influence that Greece had, the Romans took and made it theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And they put their own spin on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying that the Romans did cultural appropriation? Cultural appropriation is a buzzword made up in 2020.
Yes.
No one has heard of cultural appropriation. It's just a word to push a narrative.
For the time being.
Right. It infuriates me. The important thing to remember is it doesn't mean we're insulting or degrading the base cultures. If anything, we're honoring them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what's happening here. We need to check ourselves a little bit. Because almost all of the people who are hand-wringing, calling for cultural appropriation for Tiki are white people. They are not Asian Pacific. They are not Pacific Islanders. They are not Polynesian people. You ask any Polynesian person, anybody, if you have a friend that's Polynesian or you have a Pacific Islander friend, go up to them and ask them, is American Tiki a made-up culture? And they're going to say, absolutely. Because it is. American Tiki culture is a made-up culture. It is not real. It's not real, folks. Okay? Jimmy Buffett, Disney, all this other stuff that's around us right now.
They've all been a part of creating it.
Right. It was influenced by the Polynesian culture, but you could look around right now and nothing on this whole entire area, plus the signs that are on the fences in our little lounge area, there's not a single one that depicts an actual Polynesian god.
No, not at all.
Therefore, it is not cultural appropriation. And American Tiki culture is based on that. We took it, we made it ours, we changed it, we morphed it, and we made it into its own culture. Okay? So you ask any Polynesian person, they're going to say the Tiki stuff that's in America, the Tiki bars, the thatch roofs, whatever that they sell online, has nothing to do with the Polynesian culture. Nothing. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why the military is infused with American tiki culture, because that's how we learned it. The military, when they were stationed in the South Pacific defending these people, learned their culture and made it our own. That's not technically cultural appropriation. If we were sitting around things that had authentic Polynesian stuff, I can understand why somebody would say that to me.
A lot of stuff from the Polynesian.
Right. But even in the Polynesian, it's not authentic.
No.
So it's not cultural appropriation. At the end of the day, if you have an issue with that tiki bar, don't go to it. Don't buy the t-shirt. But do we have to get rid of it just because you say it's something that it's not? That's ridiculous. You can't make up this word cultural appropriation and slap it on every single thing when you don't know the history of it. We celebrate tiki stuff in America to celebrate American military, Jimmy Buffett, and everything else that goes with the American culture. Is it inspired by Polynesian? Absolutely it is. But it's not cultural appropriation. I know, I'm full Karen right now. Stand by, I'm almost done. The image on the shirt is an actual cartoon character developed strictly for the Polynesian. In no way does it represent Polynesian tribal gods.
No,
and just
not
because
at all.
it's painted brown and yellow and has dots on it and sticking out its tongue does not make it tribal.
No, because we've got how many things around here like that.
Right. It doesn't make it tribal. And if you were to take that symbol that's on that shirt and take it to a Polynesian island, they would look at you like you're stupid. The first thing they would do is go tourist. Because it's not authentic. It's a made up thing. Mm-hmm. The colors and designs, I can understand. It looks kind of tribal. But your interpretation of what tribal is and what my interpretation of tribal is two totally different things. And if you want to really honestly look at the word cultural appropriation, you have to be authentic and steal it. And that's not what the situation is. When Disney made the cartoon that's on the shirt, they took all of that into account. Why? Because they didn't want to insult the Polynesian people. But what's next? Okay, so now you've destroyed the shirts. Great. Is the resort next?
Yeah, because that's now being based on Moana and the whole...
When does it end? When does it end? So you got rid of the t-shirts because they were cultural appropriation. Well, then you have to get rid of the resort because the whole entire resort is decorated like that. Mm-hmm. And not a single thing in that resort.
Lilo and Stitch, it's Moana, it's...
Not a single thing in that resort is authentic Polynesian.
No.
Not a single thing. It's ridiculous. When does it stop? When people who think they're more important than what they are satisfied?
Enough of us are fed up with these people and we start sticking our necks out and saying, look, enough is enough.
Look, this is just another attempt by shallow-minded, uneducated people who can't mind their own business and think that they're more important than what they really are. And they're just trying to destroy everything that we love. If they're so hell-bent on canceling, then they need to go after the Polynesian itself. And Disney is letting them do whatever they want. Disney got rid of the shirts. Disney's letting them do whatever they want. And it's ridiculous. Put your foot down, Disney, and stop these people from destroying everything that we know. This is why we can't have nice things.
I would agree.
I mean, Jesus.
Somebody always has to come along and ruin it for the rest of us.
Stop the madness. Stop it. Okay. I'm done.
Feel better now?
I have exorcised the demons, ladies and gentlemen. Wusa, don't come after my tiki. Don't you bring that here because you're going to get stomped. Okay? But you see the connection that American tiki and military have. And you now understand the reason why I have military-themed stuff out there, and it's also incorporated within the tiki world. Because I'm honoring the American tiki culture. We're not going there with insulting the Polynesians. And then the question came up the other day in a conversation, Well, if a Polynesian was to come to your tiki bar at your house, would he be offended? Why would he be offended?
No.
And if he is offended, I've got 15 rums on the back of this bar. We can fix that. But I guarantee you, he's going to look. He or she is going to come in here and look at all this stuff and go, wow, tourist. Wow. There's not a single thing here that insults the Polynesian culture.
No, it's all made up.
But note to self, somebody someday is going to come in here and go, wow, look at all this cultural appropriation.
And they will be escorted out the front door.
I hope so, because I ain't got time for that. Don't come at me. Don't mess up my chi here. All right. This is my happy place.
Yes.
I served 26 years in the military for this little happy place. Don't mess with it. Moving on. I have exercised the demons.
You sure?
I'm good.
Good?
I'm good
Okay.
now. I'm good.
I'm glad.
Good.
I'm glad you got
We're-
that out of your system.
We're moving on. There we go.
Well done.
There we go. We're back to center.
Okay.
Oh. We're back to center. Oh. Sponsors.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, rock stars and flowers. What can I say about these guys? We talk about them every podcast, but there's a reason, folks. These guys are killing it. They just delivered the paintings to the Guns N' Roses drummer.
Oh, did they?
Oh, my God. It's amazing. You should see the one of his daughter. It literally looks like she's a rock star.
Yeah.
I mean, just absolutely
But I
phenomenal.
thought they weren't doing like regular people.
If the drummer of Guns N' Roses calls you and says, hey, can you do my daughter? You do his daughter.
Well, yeah, good
Excuse
point.
the verbiage there.
Yeah.
But
literally, but
not literally, because I'm sure there's somebody else doing that. But that's neither here nor there.
William. Oh my gosh.
But Rockstars and Flowers, go check them out on their Facebook page. They are absolutely blowing up. They're getting a lot of recognition. They're getting a lot of sponsors themselves. If you guys are interested in getting a mural painted or a picture or a painting done of somebody who means a lot to you, contact them directly through Facebook, and they will talk to you about getting this painting done. They put their own style, their own flair into it. They hand paint these individuals onto the painting, and then they put flowers in the background. Their Jimi Hendrix just made national news.
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
telling you,
cool.
these guys are blowing up. Clint and Sebastian are killing it right now. It is only a matter of time before they are national artists. And I cannot be more excited to have them with the UDN Live family. So good luck, boys. Go get them. Obviously, the UDN Marketplace.
Yeah.
This is the best way to support this stuff. Jen has been killing it lately, adding all new stuff all the time. You guys got to come check this out. The UDN Marketplace is the one-stop shop.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's that place. We
Say
like to
that
call
20
it.
times fast.
We like to call it the Amazon. It's the perfect place to pick up your Universal and Disney gear. And by doing so, you help support us. You help support the podcast and UDN.
And smaller businesses. as
Absolutely.
well.
It's a win-win-win.
Mhm.
If you guys are interested in picking up some theme park swag, go check out UDN at worldofudn.com. Click on the marketplace and you will see all the different stuff that you can order. It is amazing.
Mhm.
And you would help us out by doing that in conjunction with that.
Yeah, there's some discount codes and everything else. So.
Jen's been killing it. New content coming. New sponsors coming.
Mhm.
So that's coming. That's going to be big news. We are creeping ever so slowly.
I was going to say, we're almost at 1,300.
We got to be there. We got to be there. It's crazy.
We were only, like 60 some odd people like a week ago.
We
And I
gotta
know
be
we've been
close.
signing some more people up every day. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's the UDN swag bags. When we hit 1,000, we did a UDN swag bag giveaway.
we did.
And we
3
gave
bags.
3 bags away, and it had all kinds of stuff from our sponsors and UDN. And people absolutely loved it. They went ballistic over it. 3 lucky winners got those swag bags. When we hit 1,300, we are doing it again.
3 more.
That's right.
And that includes all of our members,
That's right. That's right. It doesn't matter whether you joined day 1 or whether you joined yesterday.
except admins.
Yeah, we're not.
We're not eligible.
We're not eligible. Jen, fix that. So, with that being said, though, 3 random people will be selected by computer. We don't select them hand looks at all the names that are part of UDN and picks 3 of them, and those individuals will win those bags.
Yes.
It's extremely popular. We're so excited to give away stuff. We love it.
We like giving away stuff.
Yeah, and we're very, very, very close. We got to be in the 30s, So if you listen to the podcast, you like what you hear, you like UDN, you go on there, you see everything, invite. If you think you have some friends that would enjoy our content, turn them on to the podcast. Go tell them about UDN. Invite them. Let's get them in so that we could start giving away some stuff.
Yes. We're so close.
Yeah, we are.
So close.
Yeah. All right, kid.
And then we've got all new content going on the Facebook page.
Yep.
So
Yep. Lots
we've
of stuff
got, like,
happening.
Tasty Tuesday, and we've got trivia. We've got all kinds of stuff going on every single day of the week. So make sure that you're checking in daily. I think today was Fun Fact Friday.
Yep.
So, yeah, all kinds of good stuff going on.
Yeah, very entertaining, very engaging. We certainly love talking to our group people. We certainly love doing that. So,
And we post pictures when we can from when we get to the parks.
yeah, we are one big family, folks, and that's the way we like to keep it. So we're going to wrap this up, finishing a little early with Dave being gone.
Yeah, sad.
Maybe a little wine later,
Sure.
light the fireplace.
Maybe not the fireplace, the fire pit.
Ooh, fire pit.
Yeah, it's a perfect night for the fire pit.
That's interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us with this podcast. We certainly appreciate it. If you are in these parks, be safe, have fun, and we will talk soon. Wear your mask.
You have been listening to the official Universal Disney Nuts podcast. Please visit our website at worldofudn.com and join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all the latest updates, news, and events from your favorite theme parks. See you in 2 weeks.